My name is Billi-Jo Pike. I'm Director of Community Engagement at Neighborhood Place of Puna. The Anchor Point Youth Center is a safe space for youth ages 14 to 24 who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. And it's just a place for them to rest, to recharge, and connect with safe adults that can help them access the resources they need to make the next step in their life towards stability. So when youth visit, they can, one, expect that our staff is going to be non-judgmental, that we're seriously here to support them. And then they can also access free Wi-Fi, whether that's on our computers that we provide or their own devices. We'll also have hygiene items, food, all of their essential basic needs. And then we also will have case managers and workshops to help them with budgeting, life skills, and tendency skills for employment as well. So with Anchor Point, having a safe, welcoming space allows youth to remove themselves from unhealthy situations out on the street. And really, they can start to rest and relax and start thinking about things other than survival, while also having access to healthy, safe adults that can guide them into their next steps. For youth, a lot of the times they're in situations where they feel powerless. And when they come into the youth center and they have access to resources that can help them take the next step, it gives them their power back. And also our staff is here to support them 100%. We're non-judgmental, and we won't tell them what we think they should and shouldn't do. Instead, we're going to guide them to make the best possible choices that they identify for themselves. So Anchor Point will positively impact the community by, one, providing a safe space where youth can come and access the resources. And secondly, not only are we going to help youth that are already homeless, but we're also going to be a preventative resource as well. So if youth are facing housing instability or worried that they might lose their housing, we're hoping that we can intervene and make sure that we reduce the inflow into homelessness as well. For youth, what is really tragic is that they're also in survival mode. So when they're out on the streets, sometimes they have to rely on adults who have been homeless for many years and are engaging in risky behavior. And so with survival, they may have to do things like engage in risky behavior for basic needs, such as food and shelter in some cases. And also just the lack of support from family systems. We know that a lot of the youth that are on the street because of broken down family relationships. So when they don't have a strong support system, they don't know where to go. And when they're in survival mode, it's really hard to get out of it. Unlike Oahu, Hawaiʻi County does not have a street youth study that really dives deep into what youth homelessness looks like in our county. So when we recognize this gap in the data, what we realized is we needed to have a focus on finding the youth that are actually out on the street. So with that, Neighborhood Place of Puna hired a youth homeless engagement specialist to go out on the street and find the youth. And from last year, from January 2024 to December 2024, we encountered 83 transitional age youth, 14 to 24, on the streets. So I think with that, we were really able to see that there was a need in our county and what is the next step, and that was Anchor Point. So Anchor Point Youth Center has actually been a dream of mine for quite a few years. Unfortunately, Hawaiʻi County just never had the data to back up us moving forward with that. But since we have a homeless engagement team and we're able to collect the data and see that there were 83 youth on the street, I was able to work with RISE on Oahu and see their drop-in center. And it really gave me the idea that the drop-in center is truly the first step, because then we can get the youth in the door, see what their needs are, and then expand our services from there. Neighborhood Place of Puna, we did start in the child abuse and neglect prevention arena, and I think youth is kind of a natural next step for us because we know that youth may one day grow up to be parents, and what we can do is make sure that they have a safe and stable upbringing, so when they do become parents, we break that intergenerational cycle of abuse and neglect. So we're super happy to collaborate with Hope Services Hawaii, who is actually master leasing the entire building. So that includes Anchor Point Youth Center, the office for our homeless engagement team, as well as 22 studios that are up above that will be prioritized for transitional aged youth. We are also working with Salvation Army, who hold vouchers, so housing vouchers for youth aging out of foster care that can then use those vouchers to rent the studios upstairs. Local businesses can help by, one, making sure that they inform people who may be experiencing homelessness that Anchor Point exists. Local businesses can also help support to ensure that legislation and other resolutions at the county level are passed to support homelessness and housing efforts. So individuals can help Anchor Point Youth Center by coming down and volunteering. We're always looking for volunteers to help with workshops, whether that's art, music, or life skills. They can also donate items like gently used furniture, clothing items, and hygiene items are always needed. So if you are a youth experiencing homelessness or you feel like you're at risk of homelessness, come on down, take a look. There's no expectations when you walk into the door. It's just friendly staff ready to help and assist you in any way that you need. And then for the rest of the community, I think spreading education about what homelessness is really like and myth-busting stereotypes. A lot of our homeless individuals do work and they have families and they're trying their hardest, and it just takes one wrong turn or one wrong move and no support system to fall into homelessness.